I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Good morning! Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday to all across the Delaware Valley. This is the Anthony Gargano Show. We're presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. And you got it. Schedule is out. In fact, the lines are all up right now, and the lines are up for the first week's game. I know VG will have all that stuff coming up a little bit later on. Very excited today to go over the schedule. Last night, we did the schedule show. Bo Wolf, Zach Berman, myself, and it was just a lot of fun. Just kind of digested. Of course, I went home, and then I went out a little bit, and then I got home, and as I was going to bed, like when you get home, you just can't go right to sleep, right? So I'm laying in bed, and I'm looking at the schedule, like digesting the schedule. In fact, my wife goes, turn the light off of the phone. You got to be, because I'm trying to I dim it, but I just wanted to look more at the schedule and see it. It's the greatest thing in the world. This stuff is going to be a blast. Eagles, again, some of the highlights. The Week 9 bye is very good. A lot more 1 o'clock games than I thought. So we're going to dive deeply into it, have a lot of fun, look at the NFL schedule in its entirety, the Eagles, how it fits. We'll do win totals, W's and L's, because what the hell, it's fun, right? We're going to enjoy ourselves and do a lot of good stuff. So joining us today is my main man, Pat McLoone. He's going to be in studio. We got VG, of course. Bill Matz will join us coming up at 10 o'clock to talk some Flyers hockey. And Rick Tocchet. We welcome Tocchet. The big news yesterday is Rick Tocchet comes home. I love it. I think it's a great hire. We'll get into this whole notion of, you got to go back into the Flyers family. I love it. I don't care what anybody says. He's got a great temperament. All right. He is coach stars. He has a link to Philadelphia. I don't think a link to Philadelphia is a bad thing, but we'll dive into it. So I'm really looking forward to it. Bill does not like to hire, so we'll dive and we'll go at it. I already told Bill, I'm coming after your hide today, like number 22. I'm going to get you in the corner. And then Richmond Flowers, who's running a camp over the weekend in L.A., top 75 high school players, mostly quarterbacks, a lot of skill guys. And I love this stuff. So we're going to talk to Richmond. He's a big agent, Baldy's guy. So he's going to tell us all about this new collective initiative, which is changing the face of youth sports, college sports, and really trickle down to the NFL. Good morning, my boys.
Oh, what a good morning it is. Christmas is saved. Jingle bells, jingle bells. I'll be able to hang out with the family and just relax and have something on in the background, maybe if it's not the log. I don't got to pay attention to football. I love it. Thank you.
That's your takeaway.
Thank you, Roger Goodell.
That's your takeaway.
That's all I wanted. Thank you, Roger
excited.
Goodell.
You're rejoicing.
Yes, baby Jesus' day is sacred. Thank you, Roger. Love it.
There's still football, mind you.
Yeah. But I don't have to pay attention and talk about the next day.
You're just happy. Your takeaway is the Eagles are not playing on Christmas Day.
I will tell you this. I'm not a schedule guy. So everything you're going to tell me for the most part is fresh news to me. I am shocked. Did you say 6 1 o'clock games?
I think there's 6
that
or
stinks.
7. Yeah.
If that's true, that stinks.
Yeah. Wait a second. You're not a schedule guy.
I mean, yeah, I'm not. I don't really get amped up over the schedule.
Yeah, and that's why the man next to you,
you had to bring in some backup.
Here.
I get it.
All right?
Yeah.
You need a
real sportsman in here.
With a true sportsman.
Yes.
All right. In fact, later on, I'm going to send you out to buy Guinness. So that Pat and I can really have a conversation.
I got my Guinness. I brought Guinness. There's in the fridge.
All right.
Pat's coming.
Good morning, Mr. McLoone.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, gentlemen. I got to give VG a little bit there. I'm with you on the Christmas thing.
Thank you.
I'm with you on the Christmas thing. However, my debut here was last year for the schedule. And let's hope it turns out as well as it did
Oh, was
last
it?
time.
Happy anniversary. I
Yes.
didn't know his debut.
First
was-
time I was in the studio was for the schedule show last year, months before we started from the editor's desk. But we had a lot of fun with the schedule, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it today.
I love
this
the
is the
fact you're-
second anniversary, second annual McLoone Eagles schedule show.
I love it. It's going to be there
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
I love
Well,
it.
listen, he was from the inception, really, because we didn't start the show until, what was it, April.
Yeah.
You know, we started in April.
Yes.
I can't believe it's only been on for a little over a year. Really. It's wild.
Feels like 2 months.
No, it feels longer than that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it feels great. There are Christmas games, 1 o'clock, 4:30, and 8:15. So I'm happy.
Yeah, you got it's the perfect like compromise. You got some football to watch. I can watch the log and drink cider and hang out with the
He
family.
watches a log, Pat.
You watched the virtual live.
I mean, I don't
Yes.
stare at it, but it's on. It
No,
makes
he
it feel
has the log on.
warms up
Yeah.
the house.
Why not log up? Don't you have the wherewithal to log up in the fireplace if need be?
I live in a tiny little house in South Philly. I have no fireplace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's got to get.
I
it
am a
done for you.
logsman, though. I like a good
Yeah,
log.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a helpless person. I have like basically a hot belly stove in the house,
Right.
like one of
nice.
those that they say if you put something in there, it will warm your house forever.
Yeah.
But there's a lining issue or something, and I'm scared. I'm scared of it. So it's basically a nice little piece of furniture.
Right.
We have
Right.
another fireplace in the family room, and
And you use that?
we do use that. Yeah.
You gotta get the ace.
You have the chute come open like you.
Well, we have the chute come open. We had a bizarre thing a couple of years ago, Tracy and I, that we were watching the thing and it turned black, the glass, and we thought that's not good. And then we actually saw the glass blow open, and
What?
we had an issue. We had a
What?
major issue, I guess, that there was ice at the top, and it wasn't melting it, and it forced it down, and
Oh my God! You have smoke in the house?
smoke in the house. It was a wild memory, but one we laugh at now. But yeah, that was
Oh
a big
my
deal.
God!
Yeah,
That's scary.
yeah, yep,
Yeah, that'd freak you out.
yes, yeah.
Damn. Would you get water and
Yeah. We basically doused that and then threw all the other stuff out. It was snow outside into the snow, and yeah, we moved on.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. Log man.
Yeah. No, who doesn't
That's
like
your
it?
takeaway. All right, forget about this. All right, can
Yeah.
we just talk about the schedule?
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Whatever you want.
Not whatever I want. You start the show by telling me how happy you are. The Eagles aren't playing
Yeah,
on
now you're stopping
Christmas
on my
Day.
happiness. You're peeing on my happiness.
What do we think, boys, about this schedule at first blush? Like, what's the first thing that you saw when you looked at the Eagles schedule? First thing that you saw?
I kind of saw it as an overview, and I thought it was going to drive me crazy. But I got to tell you, we all know they have tough opponents, but I'm good. I'm okay with the schedule. I kind of like the way it laid out overall.
You
There's-
like the?
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of gaps in there where things could go sideways, but the thing that's making me think they'll be okay is in time after time after time, where the game coming up that I think's a problematic game, they're either coming off a bye or on a little more rest.
Right.
And I think that works out good. I've heard a lot of people say what an outrage it is that they don't have 2 home games in a row. That's a nitpick as far as
It's the first time ever, though. It's a little bit of a. It's a little disrespect.
Yeah, but it's not like they have a ton of back-to-back road. Wasn't it last year, Anthony, that they had that 3-road gauntlet
Yes,
where it
yeah.
ended in Baltimore?
Yeah.
And we thought that was one that was like,
Rams. It was the
Yeah.
Rams that were involved in that.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're only on the road back to back twice. Yeah.
What are those games?
At the Giants, at Minnesota, and then at Washington, at Buffalo. This is what I didn't get, guys.
The end of it's tough.
It is, but this is what I didn't get. They have the Eagles Giants in week 6 and week 8. And then they have Eagles Commanders
Yeah.
week 16 and week 18. What? That makes no sense to me.
That's weird. It's almost like they did the whole NFL schedule and did the Eagles last and had no other way to fit the puzzle than that.
Right.
It's just it's like a double oddball part of the schedule.
Yeah, like You're playing 2 division teams twice within 3 weeks. And you would think the NFL would have Eagles-Washington earlier.
Absolutely.
Like that's the NFC Championship game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you want to see a little peek at that. Early and late. You sprinkle it in the first half, you
Right.
sprinkle in the second half.
But then you got to wait till week 16 and then you rush them in together? That made no sense to me.
That's the Saturday before Christmas, too. I mean, we'll be like loaded up as we always are. They could play the game at 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve and we'd be watching. But, for like a lot of Eagles fans, that's a bad time. Maybe, I guess that one's unresolved, whether it's a 4:25.
Right. It's
late
either
game.
4:25
I'd
or
prefer the
prime
night
time.
for that one.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And nobody outside of New York should have to watch the Giants 2 out of 3 weeks. That's just ridiculous. That as Eagles fans, we got to watch that slop 2 out of 3
And
weeks.
early, week 6 and week 8.
And
One is the Thursday night. Like, why would you put Eagles-Washington on the Thursday night? Not Eagles-Giants. That's the Amazon game?
yeah, the New York market. It's all about markets.
Doesn't matter. It's not a good. Their Giants aren't a good team.
No, they're gonna stink.
And by the way, the New York market's going to be worried about the World Series or the playoffs. It's October 9th.
Exactly right. Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
This is the one stretch where they were unlucky. They play 4 games in 18 days after the bye. So you get a bye.
Yes.
And it's great because, but you play a Monday after a bye. You kind of waste that, right? The Monday. But you play at Green Bay November 10th, home Lions November 16th, at Dallas November 23rd, and then home Bears for the Black Friday game November 28th. That's 4 tough games, presumably, right?
I don't know. Dallas and the Bears?
I mean, they're not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like,
I'll be honest.
I mean, I'm not in love with the Cowboys. You know that. But, I mean, I'm sure it's a credible game. It's on the road. And the Bears, I don't know. I mean, I think the Eagles will win, but there's still 4 games. Your body's beat up. 4 games in 18 days.
The Bears are going to be one of the most interesting teams in the league because they've done a lot. They drafted well. They got some offensive linemen. And it's all set up to whether the guy can play or not and how good the quarterback's going to be.
Right.
Oh, and
you
that's
got
coach.
Ben Johnson.
The coach,
yes,
the
and
whiz
the new
kid.
coach, yeah. And there's, that's probably, I didn't really see it out. I wouldn't be surprised if you see the Bears in more prime time than that Black Friday game because there is early on the intrigue of the new team and Ben Johnson, yes. But your point is right on the money. And one thing I didn't think about that you're absolutely right is coming off the bye to a Monday night, that doesn't really help you.
No.
That doesn't help you.
In fact, it's worse because it's
now
you don't want to sit too long.
Exactly right. Yeah. That's odd. Yeah. That's good points there.
And 4 games and then you're cramming the 4 games in 18 days. And at Green Bay and home Lions at Dallas, boom, boom, boom. Dude, that's a gauntlet.
I don't know, man. Am I on happy pills this morning? I know I got my hat on, but I haven't looked. I wanted to be fresh looking at the schedule.
You haven't looked?
No, I wanted to be fresh for the schedule. For the
You're
show.
an alien.
For the show.
How could you not want to look? Listen, we had it early, and Zach, there's an embargo. We have it.
Yeah.
You can't publish it.
Right.
But, like, I was trying not to look at it for the show last night, but I couldn't help myself. I mean, like,
there's a part of me that just thinks it doesn't even matter. They're that good. Like, I really believe that they are the class.
Yeah, Pat and I agree too. With
and
you.
like,
but again, part of the schedule is part of the schedule. That's real stuff. Playing 4 football games in 18 days is very real,
but
VG.
They're better.
They're not a video game.
I understand, but they are better than Green Bay, so they'll beat that game. Then they got Detroit at home. Detroit outside of the dome doesn't really scare me.
Dude, that's
and then Dallas and Chicago.
That's a misnomer that Detroit is not good out of the dome. They're a run team.
They don't worry. I don't care. I'm not worried about Detroit here. I don't know. That doesn't bother me. They're right. Joe Rocket.
You're not looking at it like
maybe I'm a
football, man.
17-0 guy. Like, I don't know. Where's the loss come?
Are we going to walk away at 11 o'clock with a 16-1 VG
I mean,
team?
I'm looking at the schedule now. Like, there's nothing that scares me with the way they blew through the league last
It's
year.
not about being scared. It's about being realistic.
Yeah.
Like, it's not realistic to think that you're going to go unscathed, unbeaten in 4 football games in 18 days.
Well, they were unbeaten with Jalen Hurts last year, right?
Okay. I mean, dude. I mean, do I got to explain to you like the?
No,
the
I mean,
sport?
I'm just-
How do you
the sport
figure
is
that?
the sport is.
They were unbeaten with Jalen Hurts.
Weren't they? Jalen Hurts with his
They
wide
were 2-2
receivers
with Jalen Hurts.
with AJ Brown playing. They were undefeated, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
They lost with AJ Brown playing and Jalen Hurts.
They were 2-2. AJ was available early
All
in the
right, then
season,
I'm
right?
wrong. All
Well,
right.
there was one. Remember,
Okay,
AJ,
one of those, yeah.
yeah. AJ missed the.
Yeah.
Remember, he was out early, got hurt.
Yeah.
After the Packer game. I hear what you're saying, but I mean, the sport is the sport, man. Come on. Like, just because I have to argue with Zach because he's like, hey, when Dak was healthy, they won 12 games 3 years in a row. They did win 12 games 3 years in a row. That doesn't mean they're going to win 12 games now that Dak's healthy this year.
Right.
I don't think they're very good. I think they're okay. All right. Like, I think they can
Cowboys?
win 9 or 10 games.
Yeah, Vegas got him at 7.5.
Right. I think they can win 9 games, maybe 10. I don't know. But, like, that's where I'm at. But Zach thinks that Dallas is better than Washington. That
So
Dallas
does Vince, right?
will
Oh,
be,
no. Yes.
That Dallas will be the second place team in the division.
I'll only give it to him in as far as that I think that I don't think Washington did much at all, in the offseason.
Oh,
Like
Debo?
That's my example of them not doing much. They did it, but I think he's close to being washed. I could be wrong.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Yeah. But let me ask you this, Anthony. So now you're diving into it. Do you go so deep into Eagles dissection, do you think yourself, I need to look at somebody else's schedule?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yes. Like, to see where those games fall.
Yeah.
Like, the puzzle is a bit, it's all part of the equation, right? Like,
Right.
we're going to look at it through the prism of the Eagles, but, like, where their car, who's their opponent? Like, every year there are teams that you play that are very, very good, that are physical, and Eagles are one of them, but the Ravens historically have been one of them. Last year, Detroit was one of them, that when you played one of these teams, the week after, teams lost.
Yes.
Because they were physically beat up from the week before.
Yeah.
So that's part of the equation of the schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah. And going through it, when I do that, I have to look at Dallas' schedule right away. And was I seeing things, or do the Vikings have to play back-to-back games overseas?
Oh, I didn't see that.
I might have
They're
misread that.
back-to-back overseas?
Overseas?
I might have misread that.
Wow.
It could have been eyes blurring time at that point.
Oh, my God. I did. Look that
Let
up.
me see. I'm
PG.
looking. Yeah.
By the way, Uncle Frank said he's going to build you a stone fire pit.
Oh, yeah?
All right.
Where?
Nice.
I don't have any outdoor
you have a yard?
space. No, I don't.
You don't have a yard?
No.
Every South Philly's a yard. It might be.
I do not have a yard.
You don't have a back door?
No, I have an easement alley public use with 2 other people. I don't have a
Okay, well.
no back door. I'll come over to Uncle Frank's house and hang out in his fire pit if he wants to build. I'll
How
come
about
over.
a rooftop fire pit?
There you go.
I got a slanted roof. I'm screwed.
Okay.
I need a new
Oh,
house.
boy.
Let's go
Okay.
fund me a new house in South Philly.
All right.
See, Vikings.
What do you got?
What is the first overseas game? Do you know? Because it doesn't say where they're at. They're just,
Well, the first overseas game is the Chiefs in Brazil, I think.
oh no, I meant for the Vikings.
Oh.
they
I thought it
play the
said week
Jags?
5 and 6. Maybe I misread it. I need to see that little graphic about the
Here-
NFL international game.
Here's something that I want to throw at you guys, too. Did you get a look?
Yes, they are the first NFL team to play back-to-back games in different countries in consecutive weeks. They'll play the Pittsburgh Steelers in Dublin on September 28th and the Browns in London on October 5th.
That's outrageous.
That is outrageous.
That's outrageous.
From Minnesota?
And, I guess one of them's a road game and one of them's a home game.
So
but
they're just going to stay over there, I guess.
You have to.
yeah. And that weighs in to me, I know it's 2 weeks later, but when I was looking at the games, I was looking at the Vikings, and when we get down to it, the Eagles got them a couple weeks later. That double thing, that could mess the Vikings up for 6 to 8 weeks. It's just, that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
When you know, everybody was worried that, oh, the Eagles, you know, since they're Super Bowl champs, they need to be handed everything. I don't get that at all. But you're talking about stuff that, like, you look at the schedule and you say, that's not as bad as I thought. I'll tell you what would have been as bad as you thought is if they gave the Eagles 2 international games back to back. If you're a Vikings fan, that's ridiculous.
Where's their bye come into play? Do you have that?
They are a week 6 bye.
So when are the games? Weeks 4 and 5?
Who do we say it was? I got to go back. I was looking up something else. They play September 28th, and then October 5th, then the bye.
All right. Well, they get a bye.
That helps. That helps.
That does. That's actually advantageous.
They get the bye, and then they get the Eagles.
Then they get the Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that makes it a little easier. That's bizarre. How do you feel now? What's the difference? Let me play devil's advocate for 1 second. What's the difference between, now again, I understand the hassle of being in different countries because you'll be in England and you'll be in Ireland. But what's the difference between teams that stay in the West Coast? When you got back-to-back West Coasts, you stay on the West Coast. I think this is a precursor to the NFL going, all right, our schedule, we're going to start adding international games right when we had the 18th game, and we're going to have teams stay over there. This is the first of many teams that will have back-to-back international games.
You think that this is so that they can say the Vikings are over in Great Britain for a little while, that they're a little Ireland, England action, and you know you could. Boy, that's a lot to ask of one team. I think your point about putting it against the West Coast, timing wise and all, it's not too far off. But I don't know. It just feels, you know, it feels onerous to me for a team.
I think obviously being in a different country, like your scout, like you're going to have your scout people, like your security people, like your big Dom people, all that stuff, go over there and, you know, build out an itinerary to make it as easy as possible, right? Like where you're practicing, where you're staying,
what you're eating.
Right. Like all that stuff, like, you know, that all matters because once you go over there, you're like, this is it. Like, where's our home away from home?
Right.
Like, where are we setting up shop? Now, how far?
Because that's a double whammy for the Vikings because when they're in Ireland, they're going to get the best of food and everything. And then in England, it really drops off.
Oh. So how far is it? From
it's got to be a short flight.
That's a puddle jump. Yeah.
Would you bus them?
You can't.
Yeah.
It's over. It's
oh,
over.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
it's over.
Yeah.
It's a puddle jump. It's a 2 hour. It's like a
1 hour, 25 minutes. So it's probably an hour up and down.
Yeah. I love when we challenge Quick Draw Pano here with this stuff and he comes up. That's pretty good.
An hour 25.
Yeah.
Flight, yeah. You
That's
know, they always throw a
London to
little
Dublin.
buffer in, so it's probably an hour.
Right. It's interesting.
It's like going to Pittsburgh, flying to Pittsburgh.
That's fascinating stuff. It really is.
One time, flying to Pittsburgh, I wound up selling the management when we merged the Daily News and Inquirer. That I wound up working with Mike Jensen to send Mike Jensen to Iceland to cover Tyrone Garland, the Southwest Philly floater. He was doing it. He was doing a follow and how whatever, and he was playing over in Iceland. And he thought he'd be able to tell a great scene and all that. And Mike certainly lived up to that. But in selling it to me, and I used it to sell, and he was right. He said it will cost less to go to Iceland than it will to fly to Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh flights are expensive.
Are you serious?
Yes, they are.
They're not cheap to go to because I have friends out there. I always want to fly out there, and it's like $600 to fly to Pittsburgh. You get Iceland flights pretty cheap.
Well, when U.S. Air was around, the hub, because Philly and Pittsburgh were both hubs, it was a cheap flight. Cheaper.
Yeah.
But I think once we lost the hub in
that must be exactly what happened.
And
Anthony.
Southwest used to do a quick run from Philly to Pittsburgh, and they stopped.
Wow, that's fascinating. That's a great listen. That's as a person that used to lobby for trips.
Yes,
that's a great move.
Yeah,
and Iceland actually is very proactive. You can actually fly usually cheaper to like Paris if you go through Iceland. Right. They want you to fly to Iceland Air or whatever. You fly to Iceland and then hop over.
Icelandic.
Yeah, it's cheaper because they just want people to go to Iceland.
If I was the boss, I would say if you can spell Reykjavik right in front of me, you got the trick.
That's fantastic. All right, let's take a quick break, do our business, and then come back and deep dive. I got a question on the amount of 1 o'clock games, the amount of national games for 3 teams that aren't the Eagles. All right? All right,
I could probably guess one of them.
Shady Rays, baby.
All right. It's cloudy, it's gloomy, but the sun's coming. The sun's always here. And even when the sun's not, when you don't see the sun like this on a day like this, there's still UV rays out there. Protect your eyes. It's always better to have your eyes protected with some nice, stylish sunglasses. So our friends over at Shady Rays are helping you get in the right frame of mind with their premium polarized shades that they will not break your bank. Shady Rays independent sunglass company. They offer a world-class product that has been rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Their sunglasses have durable frames, crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all your outdoor activities and even just driving around. It's way easier driving around town with some polarized sunglasses. They got a ton of colors. You'll find a perfect pair that fits your fashion, your favorite teams. And check this out. If your shades ever go missing or they take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They got the most insane protection in all of eyewear because every pair is backed by their lost or broken replacement program. And if that's not enough, if you don't love your shades, you can just exchange them for a new pair or return them worry-free within 30 days. There's absolutely no risk when you shop at Shady Rays. Their team's always got your back with fast personal support. So PHLY viewers and listeners, go to shadyrays.com and save 35% off polarized sunglasses with the code PHLY. Over 300,000 people have rated Shady Rays 5 stars, so use the code PHLY at shadyrays.com.
All right, love it, love it, love it, love it. Hey, let's talk cars. You in the market?
Yeah.
You need a new car? You need a new vehicle? Memorial Day's coming up, and there's always big savings. So, new sponsor, the Folk Automotive Group. My man, Charlie Folk, one of the greatest people ever. You're going to love this guy, all right? Charlie, in fact, his son is the quarterback at St. Joe's Prep, all right? Like, he's going to be a player. And Charlie has dealerships, including, that's right, Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. And that is my man, Bill Kopp. So Charlie's got some great people, Bill, Dante, that run his dealerships. And Bill is one of these people that you go see him and you're going to feel just, oh, wow, all right. There's no heavy sales. It's just education. And they just want you to not just sell one car. They want you to just be with them the whole time, right? That's the beauty of not having like, hey, we got to get you in this thing. No. We just want you to be happy, right? And then you're going to come back. You'll be a repeat customer. You're going to tell your family and friends because that's what it's about. It's about relationships, all right? Now, if you're looking for the most affordable 7-passenger SUV in America, now this is what I deal with because of all the kids. CherryHillMitsubishi.com has you covered with the Outlander, the 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander. They're celebrating Memorial Day savings all month long on their massive selection of budget-friendly and gas-sipping Mitsubishis. That's right. Here's what shocked me. Mitsubishi Motors, #1 in customer satisfaction with dealer services among mainstream brands and SUV owners. That's not me saying it, right? That's J.D. Power. All right, so you're going to get the great experience from Bill and Charlie and from Mitsubishi. Combine that with the best warranty in the automotive business. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain. 5 years, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper. So why settle for a lesser warranty and be on the hook for costly repairs down the road? Come on, all right? Stop in today. You say that PHLY or Cuz sent you, and you're going to get a $100 restaurant.com gift card just for taking a test drive, all right? That's all you got to do. Take a test drive, and they're going to give you $100 to go have a nice meal, all right? And just tell them that I sent you or PHLY. All right, listen. Now, I know that people buy Mitsubishis elsewhere. I just don't know why. Come on, all right? Drive home in your new Mitsubishi today. Just minutes from all bridges, online 24/7. CherryHillMitsubishi.com. Go tell Bill Kopp. Go tell him, Billy, I want my test drive. Give me my restaurant gift card.
Can't beat it. $100.
I know.
I'll be test driving this weekend.
7-passenger vehicle. That's what Tam wants.
There's only 4 of you. You guys you guys got some
They-
additions coming?
Well, no, but that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
No, but they're, taking all the kids.
Yeah.
You did
man.
that.
Oh, yeah, it's the fun car. Yeah,
You had a
yeah,
7-passenger?
What's that? Oh, we put as many in there as need be. Yeah.
I see those poor people
That's
driving.
old school.
People drive around
Yeah.
South Philly with those vehicles like a boat coming down the street.
Yeah, La Boca. That's the truth, man. All right. So, boys, I got to get this off my chest. First of all, the Cowboys have 7 nationally televised
No, they
games.
don't. They do? That's outrageous.
All right? The Cowboys and Chiefs.
They have more than the Eagles?
So here's the deal. Kansas City has 7, most of anybody.
Ridiculous. And you
All right.
say, why do I hate them? That's
All
ridiculous.
right, 7. The Cowboys have 6. The Eagles have 6, but the Eagles are different. The Eagles national, like they have that Saturday game,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they have a couple Thursdays, the Black Friday,
Right.
right? Like the Eagles have 1 Sunday night game.
That's a total
Dallas is
violation.
all on
It's a total violation.
Sunday and Monday.
Right.
And the Lions, look at all the Sunday and Monday night games. Go through it. Dallas, Detroit, Cleveland, whatever it is. Like that, Kansas City. It's either Dallas, Kansas City, or Detroit. And what did Dallas do? I mean, seriously. Why are the Cowboys interesting? Why?
Every year, it's just ad nauseum. I mean, the networks bow down to them, the league bows down to them, and then they make absolute fools of themselves almost every year.
I don't understand.
You would
it.
think as they get up in the 30-year range for having been in the playoffs that somewhere the league or would get the hint that this team is not a winning football franchise.
I don't get it.
No.
That is infuriating. And there's a nug that I want to bring up later because Colin Cowherd, who I don't really love, but he touched on this with the Cowboys. He mainly touched about the Cowboys on opening night against the Eagles and his thoughts on it. And Bree, can we play that? I know
Cowboys are in the opener
listen to
at
this.
Philly, a game they never win. In fact, if you go look at those games, the Cowboys are 1-5 in their last 6 against Philadelphia. I don't need to see that game. That feels like November. Then they have the Cowboys against Kansas City on Thanksgiving. I don't need to see that either. Andy Reid and Mahomes against Dak off a second surgery and Brian Schottenheimer doesn't scream fascinating. And the only thing keeping the Cowboys' TV numbers up is networks putting them on and the NFL putting them on more. Get Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen somewhere on that. The idea that Dallas has earned that spot, it's Lakers on Christmas. Who cares? Remember when Apple inserted the U2 album on your iPod and you didn't want it and you couldn't get rid of it? That's what I feel about the Cowboys.
I mean, that says something, right? He's right.
Dead
He's
on.
spot on. And let me ask you guys, Christmas Day, let's get back to Christmas Day for a second. Dallas, Washington. I see Dallas on Thanksgiving. I got to see them on Christmas?
Is Staubach playing against Billy Kilmer in that game?
Billy Kilmer, who the heck is that?
He was a Redskins quarterback.
He
He was like,
Yeah. Kilmer?
yeah, they could have trotted anybody out with those hogs and they would have been good. Yeah.
Then the 4:30 game is Detroit, Minnesota. I
Look
watched
at
Detroit
Detroit
on
on
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Why are you giving me the same game, same teams?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And then, of course, at night, Kansas City, Denver. Kansas City.
That's this. How can the Eagles be getting slated when they are the total class of the league? They just annihilated the Chiefs. This is ridiculous. I'm looking at these
I
Sunday
mean,
night games, too.
The
There's
Thanksgiving games. Lions, Green Bay, Cowboys, Chiefs, and then Bengals, Ravens, which is good. But we're going to see Detroit, Dallas, and Kansas City on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
just
Why?
jamming them down our throats.
They're messing with our holiday season, Anthony. That's just not
I
right.
hate that.
That's not right.
It's not.
But the
Switch it
plus
up.
to it is we're not seeing the Eagles and having more, craziness in the schedule as far as I'm concerned.
I hear you, but I'm just talking about it as a fan.
No, without
as
a
football,
doubt.
like I don't want to see these teams again.
Yeah, and Coward's point's good about like what do you want to see? Yeah, I want to see more Lamar Jackson, more Josh Allen.
Right.
I don't need to see Dak Prescott again. I mean, what's he done?
I don't get it.
Man, we Eagles
I
only got
don't
2
get it.
Sunday night games?
One.
No, they got Detroit and the Eagles Sunday, November 16th, 8:20, it says, I think.
That's the only one.
Oh, the first game. Oh,
Well,
no, the
that's
first
a
game's
Thursday.
kickoff. God darn it. One
Yeah,
They got
one
Sunday
Sunday
night.
night.
Sunday night. Now,
I need a
6
beer.
through 10 can be flexed. So Eagles Vikings week 7 could be flexed to Sunday night.
I guess, but they're gonna have a rookie quarterback. Who's quarterback in the Vikings?
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
I like him,
They're
dude.
gonna
I
smoke
like
against
that
this,
team.
against
I
Jalen
like
Carter
him
and this
too, but
defense.
that helps with the Eagles that they're getting McCarthy not too far after coming off the back-to-back games over in
I'm just talking about
overseas.
potential
Yeah.
flex.
Yes. No, absolutely.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
a shot,
sure.
right?
Yep.
But look at these games. I went through the national games. I mean, every week it's Dallas, and every week Kansas City, and every week Detroit. That I don't get. Now, the one thing I do love, and I'm curious to see what you guys think, they have 4 Monday night doubleheaders.
I hate the doubleheaders.
Why?
Because I like the Monday night. I like it when it's just the birds and all the pregame's just about the birds and we get into the hype. And
Get the birds.
You know what?
Can I just ask you, there's 4 Monday night. You don't like doubleheaders on Monday night?
no, it's too much. I like one game because they don't stagger them.
Well,
I don't mind that.
2
but
of them were staggered.
Yeah.
They are staggered?
2 of them.
All right, I'm
Okay.
in on the staggered ones. When
Yeah.
they cross over, I
There's
hate
2
it.
crossovers,
Yeah, I hate-
8:15, 9:15.
Yeah, I'm out on them.
7:15, 8:15, and 2 7s and 10s.
I'll tell you where I don't mind that, but I'll tell you where it kind of bites me is that on the back end of that, when you have the game on Thursday, 2 on Monday, maybe late in the year, Saturday or whatever, and now you have a window on the when all the games are together. Scott Hansen, I'm blanking on the
yeah. Red zone.
Red zone.
Yeah.
When you have a red zone like a 4 o'clock area with like 3 games, there's not enough meat there. I need a meaty 1 o'clock and a meaty 4 o'clock on my red zone to really enjoy it.
Really?
And so some of those games, other games are making it potentially like a 3, 4 o'clock red zone for me, and don't like it.
So it's funny. You're pro red zone.
I love the red zone.
Yeah,
I cannot.
Pat.
I'm
I
at the
hate
point.
Yeah.
I love the red zone. I think Hansen does an unbelievable job.
Mhm.
I just remember
I've
that.
never watched it.
Welcome to 7 hours of commercial free football.
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what. You have to challenge yourself and look at it and see how
I'm
you feel after.
I'm anti red zone.
Well, okay. If you're anti-red zone after the fact, then I'm okay with you. I'm to the point that I don't
It's
like.
Cliff Note. You of all people.
I don't
a
like
true
sitting
literary
there.
man.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
all
like
action. He's like a young kid.
Yeah,
He's
I
the
don't like
action.
it.
Cut,
Gets me
cut,
to the
cut.
point that when I don't even like at the end of it, and they normally cut off because it's a close game. When they say, "Well, we got to leave because of contractually involved." Now you can only look at one game. I'm deflated.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He likes watching the huddles.
I want to watch the whole game.
cut.
I need to see the game unfold. I like to watch a whole game.
Yeah.
Pat, there's nothing better than an Eagles Sunday night game, and you just get to watch red zone all day. Leading to a Sunday night
that's
game.
great. The other thing, and then that works both ways, VJ. The other thing that's great is the Eagles having a big win at 1 o'clock, and now you can just sit back and enjoy at 4 and at night. That's even better.
Well, but here's the thing. I
I'm
agree
out
with-
on the
I-
1 o'clock games, though.
I agree that when the Eagles win early, that's great, right? But the red zone, I just think it's cheating.
It's so good.
Like it's just
a
not-
pure adrenaline rush. You don't even. It's even hard to go
like,
to
you
the
can't-
bathroom. There's
you
not even a
can't
break to go to the
concentrate
bathroom.
It's not about the sport. You're just watching highlights.
No, it's not
There are
the
highlights
highlight.
before they happen.
There's low lights too. There's whole bumble plays. It's not every play's not a touchdown. You get to see the plays that matter.
You're watching Red Zone.
Yeah, they cut out the fat. They cut the fat out.
Well, that's it. You're a Cliff Notes guy. That's what you are.
All right, yeah. I read
you're
Cliff
a
Notes
Cliff
in North
Notes.
Cali. They got me through North Cali.
Right.
Big fan
I
of the
didn't
Cliff
do that.
Notes.
I don't like Cliff Notes.
Love Cliff.
I think you miss things, and the same way you miss watching Red Zone, you miss
What am I
true
missing?
football. I'm shocked that one of my literary heroes,
It's too Pat.
right,
Yeah.
Pat McLoone,
Yeah.
would be a Red Zone guy.
In fact, I like the red zone so much that I don't know how you could wrap it up. But if they could do that for college football, that would be
driving them nuts,
unbelievable. Yeah, yeah.
Red Zone for college football. I might be in on that.
Well, college football. Well, yeah, because you're not a college
All
football
right,
fan.
right.
Right, you're fugazi.
I'm a college football skinny guy, light. College football light.
No, the idea of college football Red Zone I get your point because there's so many games.
Yeah.
Let's go live. North Carolina. Oh, yeah, North Carolina, Clemson. Let's go to the Horseshoe.
And you know what else it does, Anthony, to red zone? It takes away that Giants Falcons game at 1 o'clock that you get force fed because the Eagles are playing at a different time.
But if I had I did the package, right? So you got,
you got the package. You're just getting longer game. You're doing the red zone in a different way.
well, I'm choosing which game I want to invest in.
Yeah, you're jumping
Sure,
around though.
Sure. Yeah.
No, I don't.
But
You see on one game.
But what
I
you
sit on the
have
game.
is the right to
Commercials, I'll go. I know the time of the commercial. So commercials, I'll go to another game just to go around. But I'm back, and I make sure I watch one game that I pick because I take notes.
Right.
You are
the
in
other problem with
minority
that
here.
is a bad switch, and you switch over and you miss that crazy play, and you got
We
to
don't
hope you
switch. Come
catch
on.
it.
There's no way in the world you make a bad switch. Our clock is so on point that I've never missed a play. Never.
Would you change the channel?
I've
Change the
never
commercial
missed
channel.
a
I've
play.
never missed
Never.
one. You're like Baldy never getting sick.
I never missed a play. Never. No, I'm serious. There's a clock, Pat. Come on. There's a clock. You have the clock.
Not everybody is the package.
His brain is fried.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a clock. Everybody's got the clock.
you got the clock in your head.
He's got nothing up there.
I'll tell you what, if you have the clock, you'll never watch a commercial in your life because you can just boom, 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 boom.
No, every
and get
sport.
around. Yeah.
Every sport,
Yeah.
you got the clock.
Right. But you are taking away that idea that there's a real clunker at 1, and for most of the people who have to watch whatever CBS or Fox forces you, by having the package, you're able to make that determination.
Yes,
that's
that's
fair.
fair.
That's a bad game. I'm out.
Meanwhile, you're locked in on Pittsburgh Bengals. It might be a slugfest boring. Meanwhile, you're missing some good action on another game. Red Zone's like, the game's boring. We'll come over here to the action.
Well, but I'll watch all those games. I go back and watch
Now, tell me what you
Yeah.
have, Anthony. Do you have
By the way,
a
people
legal
in the
pad?
chat, Futz is very sad to see that this will be Pat's last show after this take.
Well, the red zone? Never. No, Pat is above the tape.
We're just, we got to every now and then make sure that mind meld doesn't go all the way through.
Right.
We have our differences.
Exactly.
But let me ask you this, Anthony. You talk about, what do you have? Do you have the legal pad? What are you doing? Just random notes, the thinking being for further
I do the
shows?
same thing for college football.
Okay.
I make notes on kids. Like I'm watching a college game, I have notes and I'll make a note. Like I see a kid make a play, flash, right? I'll make a note. This way I go back and I can I wonder how he did. And then I can watch more tape. If I can go, Boldy will get me the college tape because they had NFL films or whatever. But I like to watch. Are
you watching from Labor Day on with an eye toward the draft?
More so just so I know what I'm talking about. And I know players. Like I want to know players, right? So I force myself to write their names, where any kind of little story or anything that's interesting, starting with their play. But if I don't know, Herbie said something about a backstory, I'm like, oh, that's it. I'll write it down because then I have all this thing and I could go back and look, and it's right there, and I'll have everybody, and I usually transfer them into a file. So I write them down on a notepad, and then I type them and I put them in a file.
Right.
Computer.
I was just wondering if you had the legal pad that if you misplaced somewhere and somebody fell upon Anthony Gargano's legal pad with all the stuff, it would be like getting,
Yeah, right.
You were Ray. You could auction off that or Ray Didinger's. Yeah.
Well, so you during Eagle game, you take notes.
I don't. How
about when you were the editor?
No, well, I mean, I guess with the virtue of the phone, the one thing that I used to do toward the end was I would do this very sparingly to the writers, but every now and then there's stuff that's said on the TV that they don't know in the press box,
Right?
And I'll hit them with that.
Yeah, there could be great graphics.
Yeah, but I am at it very much out of their face. But every now and then, if I do something, I think I just have a feel with them, and I know that they'd rather
you're
see
not
that
covering
than not.
it.
Yeah,
And maybe that's the difference as the writer.
Yeah.
I'm used to taking notes the whole time.
It's funny, the whole level of every way that you can watch stuff. I mean, we're talking Red Zone. You're talking about the package. A lot of people just have the CBS and Fox and all that. And then there's different ways. We've talked before about with football that, it's great that you have the ability to go to the game or be in the press box occasionally because football is such a fascinating game that oddly enough, it's a game that's better watched on high. If I'm sitting in the stands at the link, I'd like to be if I had my pick of a seat, and I had it for the one Vikings game a few years ago on Monday night. I stumbled onto it. My son's father-in-law got me a great ticket. That low up top, because up top lets you really see the game develop.
Yes.
And that's really that's another thing.
I agree. Ideal is second level, first row.
Yeah, and the first thing that
You
you
get right on
would
the
see,
railing, you just see everything unfolding.
and if you were somebody that was a really, really good football fan who just didn't have the ability or the wherewithal to get to an Eagles game, and you get to a game, the thing that always stands out for somebody is if you're at the game, how much standing around those players.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't get a
lot.
feel
No,
for that. When
no.
you're watching the game on
No,
TV,
no,
you
you're
don't
right.
realize that.
No,
Yeah.
the game is made for TV. I mean,
Yes.
it is way slow when you're there.
Yes.
And I had trouble not covering games. Like when you're writing, it's good because all that time gives you a chance to look up while you're writing. But like if I'm not right. I remember the first time I went, I was just I was on the radio. I'm like, oh my God. Like I felt antsy.
Yeah.
It was weird. Now, do you so this is how I score a game. Do you ever score games?
No, I know you do play-by-play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, no. But I know that, I'm used to it from going back to covering high school football.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is how I would score a game.
First and 10 from the 25?
Right. And then I'd put,
Yeah. They do that for you now.
Yes.
The apps, like the scores, play-by-play.
Not in high school, they don't.
No, not in high school.
Great training.
But when you score the game, you remember the place. I can actually go this, this, and this, and I remember the place to talk about.
All right.
So that's why I like doing that.
You do every play for the Eagles games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Nothing. You have fun, man. Whatever gets you through the day.
All right.
I'll
Coming
be
up,
eating cheese and
I know
crackers.
you eat your cheese. God forbid you eat your cheese, your hummus. Hummus in football, Pat. Hummus in football.
Hummus and football with the
Some
log,
D's and
with the
Goffs
log in
hummus?
the background.
No, the log is
Let
on
me
my
ask
TV. So if I'm watching football, I can't do the log.
Right. I'm fascinated by the log, and you don't have the yard or whatever, and we're having fun with this. But honestly, how long can you? I could see 10 minutes soaking up the log.
No, the log, Bree knows, the log goes, it's like on YouTube, it's like 2 hours in a repeat. You could go forever. They got the apps
I
on your
know that it
TV.
exists.
Bree,
Bree, you're not pro log, are you?
She's a log gal.
Yeah.
She's a logger.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
10 minutes. You
but-
just
but-
get settled
but
into
can
the
you
fire.
just-
You're just starting to feel the warmth
Horrible.
from the log at 10
what do you
minutes.
get, like a Zen thing go on after a while? You're one
so
with the log.
relaxing. Yes.
Terrible.
Little,
Oh, man.
little music on.
Absolutely terrible.
No good.
Absolutely terrible. All right. Let's take a quick TO and then do W's and L's. All right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of our friends. How about let's do a little Parks Casino and let's look at the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. Now, listen, there's no games that Phillies are off.
They need a break after last
After
night.
NOLA? We didn't talk about NOLA because of the schedule. Wow.
Well, thank you, schedule, for arriving. So
that was ugly.
gigantic concern.
That was ugly.
Yes. And what really was ugly was Nola was really flustered.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, he's a pro. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Only 31.
I
So
know.
I don't want to hear, it's only 31.
I know. I forever I go, hey, listen, he's fine. He's fine. He has a bad early on. He has bad starts. Then he locks in June, July, right? But that was extraordinarily ugly last night.
Yes. I mean, I'm a defender of, but that's
Yeah.
a clunker. You can't defend that last night.
No.
It's just a clunker.
Yeah.
Bad long day of bad weather baseball.
Yeah.
And the Cards are hot. The Cards got their number. They beat them 2 series now.
Yes, they have. But even though no fightings, there's still baseball, and of course you got a couple of big Denver OKC game, right? And there's a Sixer piece I have to get to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a bit of a news that could be monumental.
Okay.
And you got hockey tonight. You got
My boys clinched last night. Skinner with a shutout.
Yeah, that was amazing. Again,
I know.
back-to-back shutouts by Skinner.
It's crazy.
Overtime, nothing in OT.
Yeah.
Until Kapanen scores. So you got it all on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. And, of course, all the casino games. There's always another way to win. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. Live dealer blackjack, roulette, craps, you name it. Plus, you got all the hot online slots. What's your new slot?
I'm playing Jumpin'
Pinky,
Jalapenos.
pinky?
Jumpin'. Oink, oink, oink was last night.
Oink,
or the night
oink,
before.
oink.
Jumpin' Jalapenos.
All right, so the VG knows all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. Check it out, the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. They got something for everybody right there on the app. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be 21. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, you want to tell us some beers?
Oh yeah, we'll do some beers.
Little paps.
I like talking about beer. And as you age a little bit, you got to worry about the waistband. So you want to get a beer that tastes good and helps you still fit in your pants. You don't want to have to get elastic joggers, elastic waistband pants all the time. So our friends are at Pabst. They're here to help you out because Pabst Light. It's a new light modern beer from Pabst Brewing Company. It's only 96 calories. It's only 3.5 grams of carbs, and it's full of crisp, refreshing flavor. They use high-quality ingredients, so you get that high-quality beer at a smart, approachable price. Because sometimes the price of beer these days is out of control. But not Pabst. Pabst Light is affordable, approachable, retains the fun, independent spirit of Pabst, and, it's light. It's good for the waistband. It tastes good. So learn more about the new Pabst Light at PabstLight.com. PabstLight.com. Please drink responsibly. You got to be 21 or older, but this is really a surprisingly really good, fresh, crisp, light beer.
Yeah, it's tasty beer. Hey, real quick, and then we're going to go over W's and L's, all right? So real quick, this is interesting. The Sixers fired. This is Joel Embiid's guy. All right. So they fired. What's his name? Oh my God.
There's some people in the training department, right?
Yes.
The conditioning and training department.
Yeah, it's Embiid's guy, which is leading us to believe that, and this just came up. They call him his protector. All right. They fired his guy. He's the main guy. That's bizarre. Do you think it's a precursor to a move?
A Joel move?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I feel bad saying it, but I hope so.
Well, if you're firing his right-hand man,
Yeah.
what's that say?
It says
That's ruffles some feathers.
Yeah, either
It's
that
his
or
best friend and head of team security,
oh wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was a conditioning because
Anthony Jackson.
Oof. Well, they're either making a statement.
That's not done casually.
No.
That's not done casually. There's a significance there. The question is, what is significance? Another way to look at it is they could be telling Embiid that the child gloves are off. That you're going to have to.
So it's
we're not going to coddle you anymore. It's time to grow up.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And because they got rid
That's
of
what
him.
it feels like to me.
They got rid of the assistant athletic trainer, John Tour. They got rid of the director of coaching operations.
The other
Michelle
thing,
Bell.
too, is if it relates to the training it could be a statement that, a lot about how he was living and working and stuff was so far off that maybe with the results of the knee surgery, maybe they're seeing some positives and they want to really go a whole different way in how they're going to treat with him.
Yeah.
It's a big deal getting rid of the senior physical therapist. I mean, yeah, they're sending a message to Joe, I would think.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's go over some W's and L's. Once again, there's always a disclaimer when we go over the W's and L's. And that is, we understand that this is an exercise in ridiculousness, right? We understand that doing this in May is really an exercise in nothing, but it's fun.
Exactly.
All right? That's why we do it. It's fun. It's fun stuff. We will do this, 30, 40 times before the start of the season. Pat will do it at least 10 times with me, right? So let's have fun with it. So that's my disclaimer. All right, boys.
Nothing's more fun than having a nice laugh over who they're going to blow out in the opener.
Yeah, baby. That's right. All right. Pat, VG, me. All right, here we go. We start off the season Thursday, September 4th, to kick off the NFL against the Cowboys. Party in Jerry Jones' face.
Love it.
All right?
Yep.
VG, what do you got?
No, easy win.
All right. I got to win. Pat!
It's, the standing thing that if the Cowboys have the best team in the league and the Eagles are struggling 8 years from now, the Eagles still get 2 wins a year. Regardless.
I love
it's a
it.
W.
W, Pat.
But this is a W standing very strong. Playing a strong hand.
I love it. Route. September 14th, Sunday, 4:25 start in at Arrowhead. Eagles and Chiefs, the Super Bowl rematch, will take place on Fox. VG.
Win.
Pat.
Win.
Win.
They're in Brazil, the Chiefs. I know that they have, the Eagles have 10 days. They have 10 days. They're in Brazil. The Chiefs are used to that kind of stuff, but that's a win.
I agree. Sunday, September 21st, 1 p.m., Eagles and Rams, a great matchup, a playoff matchup that is a 1 o'clock start. I don't understand it. I thought that would be a primetime game.
It should be.
Or at least a
game.
4 o'clock game.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable to me. But what do you got, VG?
I think they did the Bears a favor. Coming West Coast play at 1 o'clock is good. I like the win. I like it as a win.
W. Pat.
I'm going to go L. I think that the Rams and not the Lions will be the Eagles' main opponent.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. All right. I'm going to go win in that game. So after 3, let's do 4 and take a look at it. Eagles, this is another 1 o'clock game. A very good matchup. September 28th at the Pirate Ship. Eagles, Tampa. It feels like every year, week 4, the Eagles are playing the Buccaneers.
Not only every year are they playing the Buccaneers, they're playing the Buccaneers in September, and they're playing them on the hottest day of the year. It's sweltering.
Yes.
Everything. They have a horrible track record with this. But one of the reasons I had to put the L in the Rams game is that I think that the streak ends here, and the Eagles will emerge through the heat with a W in this one.
All right. Pat's got WVG.
Yeah, W. Bucks aren't even in the same league.
All right. I have L. I have a loss. Bucks are good, dude.
Yeah, and I look at it like
they're
4
over
game
unders
specials.
9.5. The juice is on the under. They're an 8-9 win team.
Stop talking juice.
They're an 8-9 win team.
All right, after 4, Pat 3-1, I'm 3-1, VG 4-0.
I can't believe I'm 4-0.
All right, 1 o'clock game, Sunday, October 5th. We'll have a Phillies playoff and the Eagles playing the same day. Eagles, Broncos, another, I think, interesting matchup that gets buried at 1 o'clock.
Right. This should be another 4 o'clock game.
Hey, your point about those games and the 1 o'clocks and what should appeal to the league are right on the money.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the money. That's
shocked.
that's a nice matchup. It's not Eagles Chiefs or Eagles Lions. It's Eagles against an interesting young team. You know, I mean, why
Nix,
not?
right.
Why not get a look at Bo Nix instead of an 8th look at Dak Prescott?
Exactly.
Why not?
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't get it. All right, the game itself, VG.
I think this is a tricky one. I think this is a loss.
Wow. All right, Pat.
If it were out there, I might agree with VG, but I'm going to say since they've already lost one at home, it's not going to happen again. I have a W.
All right, I too have a W. All right, we're all tied up in the same record right now. Week 6, Thursday night, Eagles Giants.
Why?
At the Meadowlands.
Blowout.
How do you even sell that? How do you
Right.
when the music comes on? How do you act like that's going to be a real
I know.
slugfest? You know, if you put the music in front of me for Eagles Rams, Eagles Broncos, I got it. But how do you say something about this that the Giants haven't beaten the Eagles in 12 years? Maybe tonight's the night. What do you say?
I know. I'm shocked. Like, that's where the Eagles commander should be and not Eagles Giants. I don't get it.
Well, who's quarterback in that? It won't be Phil Simms. Who's quarterback in the Giants
week
that day?
6.
It might
It's
be your
got to
guy.
be the kid.
Yeah, it might be Dart by then.
It's got to be the kid. I don't think the kid. I don't think Russ is cooked. First of all, I think Russ got nothing.
Nothing.
Right? I'll be honest with you.
No, he hasn't had
If
no for 2
anything,
years.
I would play Jameis
I agree.
over.
Yeah.
I go Jameis over
I
Russ.
totally agree
Even
with that.
all his picks.
Yeah, especially with a coach that's playing for his life. He can kind of try to take a shot with Dart or whatever, throw a dart more or less. But, if you're struggling with Russell Wilson and sticking to that, you're not long for the world. He won't be long for the world anyway. But that's not
Probably got to be Dart.
And if it is Dart, how many,
I know.
they're, one of the exciting Mikes is going to have an interception in that game.
That's right.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, the New York Giants deserve 0 primetime games. I mean,
Dude, I
they're
hear you.
lucky if they
I
win
think-
6 games.
I think they and New England each have 3,
It's
which is mine by the
insane.
Patriots.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I can make a case for the Patriots before the Giants. I agree with you on both.
Right.
But at least I'd like a little bit of a look at Drake May. I
Right.
don't need a look at the Giants.
No.
Yeah.
No. All right. The game, VG.
no, it's a blowout.
All right, Pat.
Same win.
Yeah, I got to win too. Now, Sunday, again, another 1 o'clock game. Again, we talked about it. This game could be flexed out. Vikings coming off of their United Kingdom tour. Eagles, Minnesota. VG?
You got a rookie quarterback against this defense, win.
I agree, especially like we said with the overseas, the unconscionable double bump that they have to
But
put up with.
remember, we talked about the double bump, then the
Plus
bye.
the bye. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But you still
Still
have a
buffer,
win.
still have a win. Yes.
Yeah, J.J. McCarthy, he doesn't know what he's walking
Going to get
into.
bitten here, Anthony, you think?
Here's the problem, is that I want to go win because I got the same kind of vibe.
But you got to look at it in the aggregate. The next thing you know, you're 13-1, and you know that's not going to happen, right?
right, even though it happened this year,
Yeah.
I still go. I mean,
Kevin
that's-
O'Connell fan?
You got to
I
find.
like Kevin O'Connell.
You also, I think, on the schedule have to find the one that makes no sense, like the
See, here's
Eagles
the-
Falcons.
Well, this is the one I want to throw you guys, because the following week they're at home. Now, in my mind, there's no way in the world they're going to lose at home to the Giants.
No chance.
But you play them twice in 3 weeks.
Right. Plus, you're in the middle
Is
of
there a flat game?
You're in the middle of an ugly Giants sandwich.
All right, so I'm going to go win over Minnesota, and then I'm going to go loss at home to the Giants.
Get out of here.
Where they have a lose focus game.
No way.
The bye week's coming up, and they lose focus. If something stupid happens, like there's something fluky, something crazy happens, some turnover.
It's going to have to be something fluky like the Eagles. Some of the Eagles
Like
thought it was an 8 o'clock game.
Yes. That's the only way.
Where it is in the schedule,
That's
and
a
you're
little
thinking
disrespectful
behind
to the
it's
Birds.
legit, but the opponent makes me say no way.
Okay, so W and W.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Nick's not letting that happen.
So now we're at the bye week, and you got them. You both have them at 7-1, and I have them at 6-2. Only because I just go, this is the odds.
What you
They
got
were
the
6-2 last year.
Yeah. I hear you. It
And
makes
I don't know.
It makes more sense that they're 6-2 than 7-1 there. It just didn't drop the right way to me. I will overcompensate.
And I
at
get
the
you.
end.
Like listen. Do I think they're going to lose to the Giants at home? No. But I don't know. There's got to be something fluky. Maybe it is.
There's
Minnesota.
always a fluky loss.
I think they beat Minnesota.
Yeah.
But that's a tough game Sunday night, and then you come in. You go. I got to. Here's where the human being comes involved. All right, and you're talking about disrespect. You're a clown.
Yeah.
Like
That's disrespectful to me.
it's not. The idea that you win on the road on Sunday night in a tough place in Minnesota, right?
I don't.
And then come back and play
This is a team.
that you faced the week before. You're bored.
Yeah. You know what's the comp for your thinking here? And it didn't quite happen. The comp for your thinking last year was the Eagles almost lost at home to that bad Panthers team.
Right.
And it's that kind of game you're thinking
Exactly.
about. Yeah.
These guys just don't.
We're talking
show
about the
up.
Vikings, first of all, who the Eagles just dismantle every time they play them. They have a rookie quarterback.
When?
That's going to be every time we play the Vikings.
When did they play the Vikings?
Anytime we play them in
When
the
did you
playoffs.
play the Vikings?
I don't know. You know what I'm saying. When the Eagles play the playoffs, it's an easy win. We were never worried about the Vikings. Now they got a rookie quarterback. So that's an easy win. And
What an easy win. That's nonsensical. That's not football. That's
Well,
not football.
all right, what's the
talk.
spread going to be on that? Is it an 8-point game?
What, the Vikings?
Yes.
Game? No, that'll
Dude,
be closer.
on the
than
road?
That. Yeah. No.
What are you
That's
talking
a-
about? 8-point game.
That's a 4.5.
You guys are all
Yes.
drinking some purple Gatorade or something. I don't know what you guys like about the Vikings.
By the way, I really did get a little bit of
I can't
contempt
have
for
this
that.
conversation.
That whole
Thank
skull
God we're
crowd.
here. I mean, otherwise I have to deal with this nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we're all fans and love the Eagles and the whole thing, but this is just borderline, obscene.
The Vikings?
Dude, they're a good team.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're a good team. Fine.
And you actually think the Eagles will be an 8-point favorite on the road?
Yes.
No wonder why.
You guys are talking about quarterbacks who's never even played in the NFL. He may stink.
No wonder why Brain.
He may stink.
No wonder why Brain is beating your ass.
I got a better winning percentage than Brain.
All right. After the bye, this is the 4 games in 20 and 18 days at Green Bay. All right. Goggles, what do you got?
Win. Off a bye?
Pat?
I think the same thing. And I also don't think the Packers are that great. I really don't. I think the Eagles know how to win that game.
Well, I agree too. I think it's a win.
Okay.
After a bye, I think it's a win. All right. Eagles, Lions. Goggles.
At home. Win.
All right. Pat?
That's your 4-game stretch that you're talking to.
Yes.
About. I don't see them going 4-0 in that stretch, so there's my L.
All right. L for Pat. I think they win that game. Eagles at Dallas. Now, I know where Pat's going.
I spelled Dallas Eagles with a W.
W.
Yeah, it starts with a W all the time.
Goggles.
W.
I agree.
There you go.
As Goggles and I both have them 3-0 after the bye. Now,
Okay.
Bears, Black Friday. The
First of all,
fourth game in 18 days.
the timing of this is really ugly. It's
Yes.
Black Friday.
Right.
It's the end of the stretch. It could almost be an afterthought kind of thing.
Remember Kansas City
Everything's
last year?
lining up.
Remember Kansas City last year on Black
Yes.
Friday?
Yeah. Yes.
Raiders.
Yes. Everything's lining up. W.
W.
I've
All
already
right.
given the loss there. Yeah.
All right. Goggles.
W.
Goggle. I have the L. All right. So here we are. Pat is at 10-2. Goggles 11-1. And I'm at 9-3. Now, Eagles at Chargers, Monday, December the 8th. Goggles.
Loss.
Pat.
I looked through the schedule to come up with one game that doesn't make sense, and I was having trouble. It was coming up with the equivalent of the Atlanta game, and I was having trouble, and I had to place it somewhere, and I'm placing it here. Loss.
Loss. All right. Here's the thing. I like the Chargers. I think I'm a hardball fan. I think they're good. But they're still, man, they're pretty one-dimensional. Right? Like they still need this. I still need to see them, see if they can air it out. I just don't think it's a Monday night. The Eagles get a little rest. It's a long week. Remember, they play on a Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I have a W. Eagles, Raiders, December 14th. Once again, a 1 o'clock game.
It's here, though. Win.
All right. Goggles got win.
I don't even know who the Raiders are anymore, Anthony.
I know.
I really
agree.
don't. I really don't. That's a win.
Agreed. Eagles at Washington, Saturday, December 20th. Gogs.
Win.
Win.
Some people are going to come back from Christmas shopping, be upset if it's a 420 thing, settle in, and they're going to be losing at the half, and then they're going to be losing at the end of the game. Loss.
Loss. That surprised me. All right. I'm going to take a win there. Eagles at Bills, December 28th in snowy Rich Stadium.
Loss.
Goggles has an L.
I don't like the fact that I'm going to have them losing 3 of the last 5, but I'm going to say L.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's an L. And then you end the season, Commanders again.
It's tough because they won't even need it. They're going to have such a lead. Maybe they'll need it for home field advantage. That's a win.
Win.
I got to think with 4 losses that game is going to have some meaning. It
Right.
won't for the division, I don't think, but it's going to have some meaning about for the bye or whatever, and that's a win.
All right. We're all wins across the board. So, Goggles has them at 14-3.
Same as last year.
All right. Pat has them at 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're at 12-5.
Right.
I got them at 1. Wow, I got them at 13-4.
No, you kind of got some goggles on too, almost.
Wow. I
You
don't
got
know.
half a pair of goggles on over there.
All right, 14-3, ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
13-4, semi-ridiculous.
Right in the middle
12-5. Pat is probably right. Now,
if they're healthy, coming along and heading into the playoffs, I'll be okay. I'll be more than okay at 12-5 after what they did last year.
I'll be disappointed at 12-5 if they're healthy.
here's something that's interesting. You know what? Grok picked the Eagles.
No.
Grok did the schedule.
Oh, nice. 16-1.
Grok has the Eagles 14-3.
Yeah, Grok, baby.
Grok, Goggles, Grok, and Paisano.
Wow.
over here.
Yeah, I knows, man.
All the guys with rocks in their head.
Grok, baby.
Yeah, how about that?
Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll.
That's hysterical. Here it is. Is this not awesome? Is this not the greatest, Pat?
Start it up. We're gonna, Thank God summer's coming, but it's a good reason to
Fast forward,
fast
baby.
forward it a little
Hit
bit.
that button.
Yep.
Hit that button, BG.
Slow it down.
This is the best. It's the greatest. Real quick, Pat Tocchet. What do you think of Tocchet?
Well, I mean, you know, the positive is he's about less than a year removed from being the coach of the year. He's a solid NHL man. The negative is that he hasn't brought teams too far in the playoffs.
I mean, he hasn't had a ton of talent.
Here's my main thing though. People are going to argue, oh, here they go again. They're going back to the Flyers. But you know what? The Flyers have tried they've tried old Flyers. They've tried young and upcomers and Hackstall. They've tried proven people like Tortorella and Laviolette. The Flyers have tried everybody. You get the impression that people are saying that the Flyers have done nothing but hire Bill Barbers and Rick Tocchet's their whole life. That's not true. That's not true. I think that, you know, they've tried a little bit of everything and they think Tocchet's the guy. So I think it's good.
Yeah, I don't get this notion, and we're going to talk to Bill Matz, right? And Bill doesn't like it. And I don't get this notion about, oh, let's go back in the Flyers family. You want Dave Hackstall again? You want a mannequin? Dave Hackstall was horrendous. Horrendous. He was a mannequin. I remember talking to him. He came in the studio with me. And I can get anybody to just kind of relax. My man, I couldn't get a smile. Finally, I went, hey, Dave, how about like a little of this? All right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro. He was like, what's the British Royal?
Oh, those the Beefeater guys, or the guys that stand out there. I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I'm coming up small on some of the terminology with these people today.
The guards, the Swiss guard.
Yes, yeah.
Right? They're like, oh, that's the Pope.
Right.
No, but whatever.
Yeah,
you
It's
get my
called the
point.
British Royal Guards.
Yeah, the Royal Guards. They, where they don't crack.
Yeah.
Guys are like
Yeah,
this, making
trying to
face. Like, that's Dave Hackstall.
Yeah.
And that's what Matz wants. All right?
Yeah.
All right, stay here for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Because yesterday we sat down after the exciting mics just to preview the show. Because coming up at 11 o'clock on all PHLY, the exciting mics, Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship. Oh my! I gotta tell you, I cannot wait for this show. Guys, debuting today, the exciting mics. Wow!
Yeah.
Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship. Damn! This is going to be a show.
It's going to be
What's up,
exciting.
brothers?
It's going to be exciting. We're excited for it.
So,
Something new, you know.
what do you think? Like, you've been doing it? You enjoying yourselves?
Yeah, it's definitely it's a little different, than playing football, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been good to learn, about the whole podcast space and kind of get into it a little bit. We kind of had this idea after the season. We were talking about it. Now we finally got it rolling. So.
Yeah, really didn't know if this was going to be a thing or not, but it's kind of allowed us to grow and kind of learn about each other, and get some special guests on too. So,
Well, can we have a hint on a special guest? Maybe somebody who was in here today, in fact.
maybe
We had a pretty special guest on.
pretty
today.
special. Yeah, I mean, he's
brand new Eagle last year.
yeah, pretty new to the city. Well,
yeah.
not pretty new. He's been around.
Yeah, the
but-
people of Philadelphia know who he is. But he just joined our team this past season and made a huge impact.
broke some
so.
records. So
Broke a lot of records. Yeah.
you can have your guess. So.
And I will tell you, because I had a little snippet of it, it was fantastic, all right? You got to be watching this show. This show is fabulous. You do everything from talk about what it's like, talk about, your transition to Philadelphia, which, by the way, everybody loves you. What's it like walking around? Because when you're in the media, people mostly hate you, right? But what's it like being loved, Coop?
I mean, it's It's been awesome so far. I mean, we've been winning a lot of football games. Hopefully, we can continue to do that. But the people in Philly are amazing. They're very passionate about Eagles football. And I just try to go out there and play the Philadelphia way. I know Reed does the same thing. But it's been awesome to get to know the city, get to know the people around the city so far, and now give a little insight to us as people, off the field. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, Reed. Like people look at you and it's like a look beneath the helmet and go, listen, this is what we are, right?
Right. No, we're just normal dudes.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, we both kind of come from similar spots, but coming to the big city in general is different. It's kind of, I wouldn't say like a culture shock, but it's definitely a different vibe. But I love it. I know he's embracing it. I've embraced it. I always wanted to be in a city where the fans are passionate, the people are passionate about the sports in general, but especially football. Like, I've always wanted to be a part of that. So I'm very excited to be here.
And this town, I mean, the way you guys are, they'll just wrap their arms around you. And that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
The only thing, it's funny, you just got to worry about them loving you too much because we have a tendency to overlove our athletes. All right. So, like, all you got to do is say, there's a great commercial. In fact, Paul Bissonnette does it, where he has fans coming out and they're like in the shower. He's like, yo, guys, back off. All right, a little close. But that's going to be your biggest problem because they love this team so much. And you guys are such a big part of it, man.
They keep us honest for sure. That's what I love about it. I wouldn't want it any other way. So
I'm just thrilled that you guys are here. You guys are great dudes. Like listen, terrific ball players, and I admire your athleticism and what you guys do as football players. But to me, it's true metal. Like what you're about is people,
right?
And having to get to know you guys, I just think the world of you, and I think this city understands people, and that's where I think we're lucky having you guys here.
Absolutely,
I appreciate
that.
A lot of fun. All right, the exciting mics. It
Mics.
debuts. First of all, real quick, did you guys have fast friendship? Like, did you guys immediately go, it's my boy?
It started slow.
Started a little
slow. Had to kind of get him to start talking a little bit. Had to make jokes, poke fun at him, and then finally he opened up and he was able to be himself real fast. The first joke he came at with me, I was like, oh, okay. Now that's what I got him now. We're good. He's hooked. So
yeah, our friendship has grown pretty quickly. Now we get to do fun stuff like this off the field. So it's
well, that's part of your team too. I think this group of players, this team as a whole, is just filled with really good people.
Great people.
Great coaching staff, and I love my big Dom, and like. It's all about good people, and you together you played like a team last year.
It's like and I like to explain it as it's like a college locker room.
Yeah,
and obviously, if you haven't been in there, all these guys are just connected on a different level, pretty much maybe on a family level, because sometimes during the season you see your teammates more than you see your family.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't like the guy you work with, you're never going to be successful. So, obviously, it showed a little bit last year, and we're continue to grow on that. So
and I think it starts with our head coach too. Just preaching, connecting with one another. I think that's the biggest thing, especially when we're in the building. Being able to talk to your teammates and conversate and have fun. I think that's what makes us play so well together on the field.
Have each other's backs.
Have each other's backs.
I mean, that's football, baby.
That's football, man.
Exactly.
And
absolutely.
This is it. The Exciting Mike's debuts today. Make sure you check it out on YouTube, the Exciting Mike's channel, and right here on all PHLY. All right, so you can check it out. It's going to be a blast. Stay with us. We have the first episode will drop today, and then each week from there on.
Absolutely. We're excited.
There it is.
Very excited.
Dallas is coming, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. We hate the Cowboys. All right. Stay tuned. The Exciting Mike's today. Yes, the Exciting Mike's today. Cooper and Reed. All right. Episode 1. I will give you a preview of episode 2. Might involve a great record-breaking running back.
Oh, wow. Wilbert?
They are terrific. Those two, I love Cooper and Reed. They're wonderful, wonderful guys. They're a lot of fun, and they got great personalities. You've been here for their taping.
Yeah, they're good guys. Good energy, fun. Young guys.
Yeah,
It'll be good.
Yeah, they're great. So I urge you guys to watch the exciting mics right here on the on our YouTube channel at PHLY. We'll have the show. We want you to hang out and watch it. It's great stuff, and they're going to have a lot of fun. And we're going to kind of indoctrinate them into Philadelphia, right? Because they're both from small towns. Cooper, as you know, is from a small town in Iowa of 865 people. And Reed is from a small town in northern Alabama with 185 people.
Wow.
So, it's like, hey, here they are in the big city. Great guys. So we want you to support them. Also, let's talk about some of our friends, and then we go to Bill Matz. Matz!
Talking hater.
Matz! Tell us about TrueMark.
Yeah, let's do it. It's May. It's HELOC month in May. HELOC. HELOC. Working from home? It's time to stop calling plays from the couch. Because with the TrueMark Financial HELOC Select, you can tap into your home's equity and finally upgrade the home office, build out a better space, or just finish projects you've been putting off. With a HELOC Select, you get a great low rate. You get flexible access. You can pull it out all at once or, take some funds out when you need them. Lower rates than most personal loans, and there's no penalties if you pay it off early. So that's cool. So visit TrueMark.com/PHLY to apply, TrueMark.com/PHLY, and turn your work from home game into a winning play. Terms and conditions apply. Visit TrueMark.com/HELOC, HELOC for details. Federally insured by the NCUA Equal Opportunity Lender, NMLS 404938.
All right, let's talk about Parks Casino, Street Road, Ben Salem. Just announced, Joey. There it is. The classic rock band, Kansas, at Parks Casino.
You know it, Joey. Sing it. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be dreams when you are gone.
Kansas, that's right. Saturday.
Oh, we are
Saturday, October the 4th. You know Kansas, Bill?
Absolutely.
Come on, I don't know.
He's an arena rock.
He doesn't know talking. I don't know if he knows Kansas. All right. Comedian Joey Diaz, August 23rd.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Parks Casino, our casino of choice, has it all. Action, excitement, headline entertainment, thousands of hot slots, state-of-the-art sportsbook, beautiful poker room, all-weather beer garden, a collection of award-winning restaurants. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale now for these other headliners. May 30th, country artist Ashley McBride.
I never wanted to be that girl. Never wanted to hate myself.
June 6th, Taj Mahal Kev Mo.
Woke up this morning, I heard them Statesboro blues. Statesboro, Georgia, that is.
July 3rd, Gary Clark Jr.
Here come old flat top. He come grew up slowly. Shout out to you, Andrew.
That's you, Andrew. That flat top. He does his thing. July 12th, comedian Mark Normand. July 18th, KC and the Sunshine Band.
Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Woo! Get down tonight.
September 6th, UB40.
Red wine.
September 27th, Russell Peters. And September 20th, Australian Pink Floyd.
Is there anybody in there? Just not if you can hear me.
November 15th, Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill
and
Murray.
the Blood Brothers. That's right, Bill Murray and the Blood Brothers. A night of blues and old-time rock and roll. Don't forget dinner and drinks before the show. Libertyville Gastropub, the Parks Grill Steakhouse, Bamboo Noodle House, Chickies and Pete's, ParksCasino.com to buy tickets for all shows. Parks Casino, this is how you win. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, from the All PHLY Flyer Show, who does such a great job, along with Charlie O'Connor, let's welcome Bill Matz. Hello, Billy.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How are you, buddy?
VG, we should just do like an hour of you singing, quite honestly.
Nobody needs that.
Okay.
Yeah. 7 minutes, maybe.
All right.
Although I'd rather have VG singing than listen to your take on the Flyers coach.
All right. If Rick Tocchet was a free agent power forward right now, sign me up. 100 points, 200 penalty minutes. Absolutely. He's a legend. He was one of the greatest Flyers of all time. Take that out of the equation. Why is he the top choice to be this team's coach? For what reason?
Okay, so let's talk about him as a head coach, where he has went to bad teams and fared well, right? Like, he knows the game. He's got a great temperament. I think he's the – by the way, the Flyers weren't the only one who were after him. There were 4 other teams that were seeking out Rick Tocchet.
Yes.
Explain that, Bill Matz.
Most teams are poorly run. That's why like 3 of the 4 teams going to the conference final are the same as last year, because they kind of repeat
Most
the same.
teams are poorly run. So you're telling me you know better.
You
know that Rick Tocchet is not a good coach.
I'm saying no one knows if Rick Tocchet is a good coach.
He won
And
Coach of the
That
Year.
is why he's not the right choice. You can't give me because he was a Flyer.
638 games as a head coach. He's made the playoffs once.
Again, with bad
Once.
teams. He coached bad teams.
So what? Like,
You go to
he'll
a
do
bad
a good
team.
job with a good team. This is a bad team. The Flyers are also
They're
bad.
a building team.
They have
They
one
are a
great
building
player.
But they're a building team. They're not.
They
Did
are.
I miss something?
They are building. So what does Rick Tocchet do that takes us
He
to the
has
next
the
step?
temperament to deal with young players. He's a mix between give you some grit, give you a little tough love, but give you a lot of love them up.
I do think there are reasons to be optimistic.
Players like him. He's attractive for free agents.
Really good players like him. And I think it takes us from there was a poll that came out when Tortorella was the coach. Hey, who would you never play for? And basically, John Tortorella's on the top of that list.
Exactly.
Rick Tocchet isn't on those lists.
Yes.
Players really like him. Really good players like Quinn Hughes and Sidney Crosby. That speaks well of him as a communicator. I just don't know if he is the coach that can win you games. I don't know if he's a championship caliber coach because he never has.
Linked to the franchise. He was a part of the franchise. You take the lazy narrative that's the wrong hire. So I know you wanted to go to Denver, the University of Denver, and let's go get another college coach with no personality.
I mean, he wins everywhere he's ever been.
Yeah, in Denver.
In the World Junior Championships.
In Denver.
Well, the World Junior
University of Denver.
The World Junior Championships are an international tournament of all the best 20 and younger players.
And he won at the University of Denver.
And the University of Denver, which is very impressive to be an excellent college coach.
That's really just like
he has a track record of success.
Just like North Dakota.
No.
Yes. I know. I dominated in North Dakota.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Dave Haxtell never won a national championship.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. He had a winning record. He had a great record. That's all I heard was how great Dave Haxtell was.
He never won a championship.
Automatically go, I got to get the college guy.
I would take
because I don't want anyone linked to the Flyers franchise and the Flyers past.
I just don't get what qualifies him to be the top. No, the narrative is not that because he's a Flyer, he's unqualified.
And you're touting the University of Denver.
Yes, so a very good team. He coached to a high level of success.
At a much lower. What do I know he's like in the NHL? How do I know he can coach NHL?
How do I know Rick Tocchet is any good at this at all? He's never had any success.
Weren't the Bruins interested in him? Aren't they a halfway decent run team? And the Penguins, weren't they interested? Haven't they won cups?
The Penguins
won cups.
Yes, they were.
Penguins have been
they were interested in Rick Tocchet.
Yes, and they've won cups recently.
They coveted Rick Tocchet.
Yes, and the Flyers gave him over $5 million a year to get him. That's great.
I hate this whole thing.
It is not because he's a
went outside, and I don't know. Let's see, Haxtell. They went outside. They got the guy you hate. That you're glad he's gone. He wasn't part of the Flyer family.
John Tortorella?
No.
I thought John Tortorella did a decent enough job. He
wanted him out.
He became ridiculous at the end. It was clear he wanted out.
He was not part of the Flyers family. He was outside. Everybody applauded that. Oh, they went outside. They got China.
What was the other guy? Alain Vigneault outside the organization. Meh.
There is a pool of candidates. By saying only Danny Briere, former Flyer, Keith Jones, former Flyer,
Irrelevant,
and Rick
counselor. We're
Tocchet,
talking
former
about the
Flyer,
coach.
saying all these people are the only ones. Shrinking the pool intentionally just lowers your chances of success because someone out there is the right guy for the job.
By the way, how do you know that Rick Tocchet's not?
His resume.
Okay. Has he ever been in this spot before? His resume, he was in Phoenix, right? He was on a bad team in Phoenix. He was in Vancouver where the two-star players hated each other.
Fix the locker room. Don't we blame culture problems on the coach in every sport?
Culture problems are one thing, but
two spoiled brats, and you're going to blame the coach off of that.
some people have irreconcilable differences. I mean, it's not like the morale of the team was
That was a
low.
mortal feud.
Yeah, two guys
Was it
hated-
not?
So they hated No.
Answer the question.
Sure. And it worked the year before. They hated each other the year before. They hated each other before Tocchet got there.
You know how it works, dude. I don't have to tell you.
I don't know. I saw
I mean,
A-Rod and
stop.
Jeter win a title together. Like, lots of guys
Who?
don't get along. A-Rod and Jeter hated each other. Win a championship.
Yeah, let's pick
Not
the team
everyone loves
with
everyone they
with
work
a $1 billion
with.
payroll. I use that as an example. The Yankees.
Not
I'm
everyone
gonna
loves
take- I'm
everyone
gonna
they
take
work
the
with.
Yankees. Let's stop with that.
You've loved
Stop.
every co-host you've ever had,
It's irrelevant.
He hates
Completely irrelevant.
and
I
yet
love
here you
VG.
are, a major success.
I love VG. We tease each other. Dude, you know as well as I do. When
We
you have
always-
two great players that need to play and both want to shine, it was doomed. You know that. Come on.
But
stop.
If
stop.
he gets the credit
You
for
want to
making
tell
it,
me that there's somebody else out there that you really wanted? All right. Well, okay. I mean, we'll see what happens. But you can't blame Tocchet for that situation. You can't.
I think culture problems typically get put on the coach. Now, maybe this was so big.
You know the story. I talk to it. I don't even cover the team. I mean, I don't cover the NHL. I have friends in the NHL that I talk to. I'm sure you do. You're closer than I am. I heard that thing was a blood feud.
It was clearly a huge problem. And
So you can't lay it at the foot of Tocchet.
but we give him the credit for the success the year before, right?
Give him the credit. I'm just saying, again, I like the hire. All right? I like the hire because I think the guy is respected in the league.
Yes.
All right? I think the guy has leadership qualities. I think that this team needs someone that there's stability, right? That understands that, you know what? I'm not going to bench Michkov on a TNT Sunday afternoon or an NBC game when I need the kid to play, and I'm not going to do that. Like, there's other ways I can teach the kid how to get back on defense.
Yeah, I do think he has certain qualities that especially made him an effective assistant coach. He had a ton of success in Pittsburgh. He was the Phil Kessel whisperer. He is good at certain things. I just don't know if he is in X's and O's, can win you a series up against another really good team coach.
Well, let me ask you, Bill. I mean, we don't think the Flyers are going to be real contenders in the next 2-3 years.
I think they try to get better this year, and in the next 2 years,
Yes.
they try to really turn the corner.
Yeah, in 2 years.
After summer
But is he-
2026.
he's not a good building block. He's probably going to be here 2-3 years. Like, Tocchet's not here. They get the culture a little different, have the players feel a little better about themselves.
I
Build
think
up their
he's here
team.
for a decade.
Decade?
I think he's going to be.
the way hockey guys go, I don't know.
Well,
I would
no,
love
but
for that to be the case.
there's one outlier.
Is he Tampa?
All right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Tocchet is the guy.
He might be, but if he's not, I feel like he's the great bridge between the guy maybe and Torts. I think he's perfect for this team.
I do think it is a good decision to go this way after Tortorella because he's not a softie. He's not going to let the players walk all over
It's
him.
not the opposite of
But-
Tortorella.
But he is
he's
a
got-
more player-friendly coach.
Yeah, of course he is.
And then,
He's
like-
got emotional intelligence.
Who isn't a more player-friendly coach than John Tortorella. But yes, he is a more player-friendly coach than Torts. But he's not just going to go, all right,
And by the way,
it's all yours.
All right. And by the way, he was a part of, as a player, he was a part of a winning team. Maybe they didn't win the cup. All right. They were a winning team. That team was one of the great teams that nobody talks about. They took a dynasty, like the greatest team in any team. I think I can argue that the Edmonton Oilers are the greatest team in team sports.
Oh, yeah. They had Wayne Gretzky traded him and won again.
All right?
Like, yes, they are the greatest.
The Mike's Bulls. I mean, name any other team sport, right? The Yankees from wherever. I think that Edmonton team was the greatest. And that Flyer team, they took them to the brink. I quite frankly, yeah, do I love the fact that he wore 22 here? I do.
Yes.
All right? I love it. I think it means something. I think it's time to put some pride in the orange and black, and I think he helps that too.
I hope that is the case. I would love to be incorrect about this. I am a Flyers fan. I am in no way impartial.
Dude,
Really? I can't tell by your gear today.
I don't want to get into
I just don't.
I'm not getting into the fan.
I just don't see it.
I'm not giving you this as a fan. I'm giving you this as what I think is best for the franchise. I think it's best for the franchise.
I got a little visual aid to tell you why I think this is best for the
running
franchise.
center hit. Oh, Baxter was buried by Tocchet. And he goes down into the turtle. He got one right in the Labanza.
He's hitting guys in the Labanza. Come on, that's what we need.
If he could play, I would, give him double what you're paying him as the coach.
He's bringing that attitude.
I would absolutely love him as a player. There is absolutely no track record of him being a successful head coach that makes me think he should have been the only real candidate. Like, that's my concern. Why was he hired
I don't know why you thought that they didn't do any due diligence. I mean, it wasn't like they just hired him the next day. I mean, it's been a minute since they let go to Tortorella. How do you know they haven't done their due diligence? Because I think they have.
I think they have. I think if they're...
You're criticizing them because they came to the conclusion that Tocchet was the best guy for the job.
Yes. I want to know. I can't wait to hear Danny Briere talk about it on Friday because it just seems like, oh, well, yeah, he used to go here. Why wouldn't we hire him? Because that seems to kind of be what we're doing in this organization right now.
It does? Why? Because they hired Jonesy? Because Jonesy's running it?
Because Jonesy's running it, because Danny Briere is the GM, because John LeClaire is here, Patrick Sharp is here. I like that it's a family because people used to say that about Ed Snyder's Flyers. What's the difference? It's that it feels like a family here. But after a 50-year drought, I'm kind of into trying something else.
Again, but they did. See, this is what drives me
nuts.
You
like Chuck Fletcher? Chuck Fletcher was good?
They did go
Chuck
elsewhere.
Fletcher was Bobby Clark's buddy. That's why he got the job.
Forget it. They went elsewhere. It's not like they haven't done that.
I mean, Ron Hextall,
running the show. You're going back.
Paul Holmgren.
Again.
All these guys, they have one thing in common.
That charge was right in 1998.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But here, as we sit in 2025, they have gone elsewhere. They have had people run this franchise who weren't a part of it. They have people who ran the franchise, who coached the franchise that weren't a part of it. Dave Hextall was nowhere part of the Flyers' history.
But he got the job because Ron Hextall was his buddy.
Was nowhere near, had no part of Flyers.
1-0. Hey, we got a super
Paul
chat.
Holmgren was doing the job.
We got a super chat.
Again, the head coach had nothing to do with Philadelphia or the Flyers.
But everyone else did.
Okay, but again, that you can't divorce it. Same thing. You talk about this stuff. They have gone elsewhere at times, and it didn't work. So I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's who's the best guy for the job. I think the guy's the best guy for the job. We'll find out. I hope he sticks it up your rear.
I would love for that to be the case.
We got a super chat from Vince Pellegrini. He will be upset if Tocchet gets rid of Bradshaw. Shaw is Stoutland to him. What do you think about that, Bill?
I hope Bradshaw stays on just as a developer of the young defenseman because I like the job he's done and I want to see that continuity. But Rick Tocchet, they just gave him one of the biggest contracts in the sport. If he goes, I want my guys, I can't imagine they go, well, no. Like, you kind of just gave him the opportunity, but I think Shaw's going to stay, and I do like the job he's done.
Why they have to give him that big contract? Because he was so in demand, Bill.
Yeah.
Yes.
A coach making that sort of money without a Stanley Cup is insane to me.
I don't even know. Is that high? I don't know what coaches' salaries are.
Like 4.5, 5 is like near the top.
That's all right.
Basically the top.
All right.
We'll see. It could work.
It's going to work.
I certainly hope so.
Do you?
Yes. I love being wrong. It's my favorite thing.
I don't know about that. I have to look at you like the Larry David. You know, he looks at you sideways.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Bill sideways. We love you. You know that.
I love you guys.
All right. Nothing to do with you're that. I hate that voice. That the voice of the he's part of the Flyers family. I hate that.
See, I think that's
I hate that talk radio nonsense. It's not rooted in any sort of journalism, understanding why. Talk to me after Friday and then tell me after you get your explanation, because you haven't talked to Jonesy or Danny, correct?
I texted Jonesy briefly last night.
Right.
He said, talk to me later.
Right.
He put it a different way, but I don't think we can say it here.
Right. but I'm saying this seriously. Like, once you get an explanation, then I want to hear your opinion.
I am looking forward to getting the explanation.
All right.
and I think that narrative
Because right now, the narrative, you just don't like it because it's going back in the Flyers history. That's what I got from you.
I don't like it because I don't see what qualifies him other than that.
Yeah. Okay.
He's made the playoffs once in 9 years.
We'll get that explanation, and then you can retort.
All right.
All
I
right?
look forward to
you
it.
can retortarella.
That's good. That's good.
All right, Bill. We love you.
You kicking me out? Is that what's going
Get
on?
out.
All right.
All right. Get out, you hater. You freaking hater. What time's the show today? Noon.
Nice.
Love it.
nice.
We
Big
love Bill.
anti-talk talk at noon.
We love Bill. We love Charlie. All right. That's all happening. All right. No Richmond. Okay. All right. Because there is a piece. Joey, sit down. You can sit over here. This way you fill the set out. Yeah. Yeah. Sit down. Because I don't like the empty seat. And I couldn't take Bill's anti-talking anymore.
What's up, everybody?
So this way we get Joey the skateboarder.
How you doing?
All right.
How's everything?
Look at now. You know what's amazing, Bree? Joey and VG. Now, if VG looks like Joey's father, like the way they're dressed. All right. Now, Joey,
I look like his uncle. Come on,
This is my
He's a
pops
fun
right
uncle.
here.
right? Like you look like his father.
Stealing bike chains over
you
here.
do.
I just need
Bike
the beard.
chain and Bike Chain Junior.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, if you saw Joey's real father, you want to talk about night and day.
Oh yeah. I would imagine. Right?
All right.
Well dressed.
Yeah.
I'll
These
bet.
boys.
Oh wow.
Right. He comes. Big Joe Marone comes right off of the
That dude always
the
has a new
boys' showroom.
suit. Always has a new suit or
Oh,
something
he's got
going
a
on.
suit. Yeah. That's why you two together. It's
Yeah, we look
clear.
good. We look good.
Bike Chain and Bike Chain Junior. I love it.
He always wears the Vans and everything too.
Right.
I'm a Vansman.
Well, he's a fake boarder.
Fake border.
Nah, I don't even. I'm not a boarder. I just
No,
like,
but
I like
when
the
I say fake
casual. I
boarder,
like the
I'm
casual
like,
Vans.
but you
look.
appreciate the culture.
Oh, I love skateboard. I have some of
Right.
my best friends are old head boarders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The way I'm a fake football guy,
Yeah.
you're a fake boarder.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll
right?
take that.
I say it's a compliment.
Yeah. All right. I'll take it.
All right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Bree, if we get rich, let me know. But right now, we have, because they're doing this big quarterback collective invitational, and Baldy's coaching.
Mm.
A lot of the top quarterbacks of the country are going to be there. So I kind of wanted to talk to him about that.
Yeah.
There's the bro. Bro eating pizza already.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, come here real quick.
Come on.
Bro got a slice?
Yeah.
What you got there, bro?
I got the Angelo's sausage long hot, and then I put some of the Mike's hot honey on it.
Oh, did you?
A healthy breakfast.
No, listen, that's a good breakfast.
I love cold pizza for breakfast.
It's definitely not a good breakfast.
Joey microwaved his.
Yeah, I had to.
I can't do microwave pizza.
It's tough. The microwave pizza, I
takes the
like it
integrity out
hot.
of the
It does
dough.
the dough.
Yeah.
And microwaving Danny's dough
I can't.
is tough. It's tough
I don't
because
know.
that dough he's like Danny at Angelo's spends hours with he's like a scientist.
Yeah.
And you kill the dough when you nuke it. That's the only problem.
I know you have to eat it quick because it's like soft for a second.
Right.
And then it like
right.
gets hard again.
Right. Like once you're right, you do eat it fast.
Yeah.
You know. But that's a good looking slice.
Yeah.
What was your prediction? Lower yourself down so people can see you.
Prediction for
Schedule.
you and Bill's next fight?
No, schedule.
That was awesome, by the way. I haven't gone through it yet. I watched your guys' show last night, but I didn't really play the W's and L's game.
You haven't gone through the schedule?
I mean, I've gone through it. I just haven't done the other.
He hasn't gone. He has not gone through it.
I mean, I've looked at it and like seen how it affects my life and like what primetime games there are and stuff like that. I haven't done W's and L's yet. I'll say 14-3.
Why?
That's what I
Bud Shake
said.
said that too. We're goggles.
So did Grok.
Oh,
Grok has the
14-3.
Eagles. Vinny did the schedule for
Nice.
Grok, and it came up 14-3.
Grok is smart.
All right. What does ChatGPT say?
I don't know.
Why
I
don't
just
you
know.
type that in
I
real
just
quick?
know Grok.
Because ChatGPT famously predicted Rory winning Augusta right here on this show.
Oh, really?
So I'm 1 for 1 in my chat.
Who's your PGA pick?
I'm in a pool, and the top tier guy, I just took Scotty.
You took Scotty. Yeah,
He already chipped in for birdie on like the second hole. Like the
He
guy's
did?
guy's a machine.
He's an animal.
He's not. I think he's in competition, but he's not leading right now.
Well, he will be. Well, he just started. He just teed off at 8 o'clock, 8:30,
Yeah,
whatever it was.
he's a beast.
He'll probably be leading after 1.
Yeah.
After today.
Yeah.
So what was your overarching schedule? What did you think? Because I thought this. I saw way too much Dallas, way too much Kansas City.
I think Bo made a good point on Dallas that they're probably trying to get it out of the way early. Like it's like a cash grab early before they suck. Because I think there's a chance Dallas could suck.
I do too.
Yes.
So you
Although Zach predicts Dallas second above Washington.
Oh, I'm going Washington. We had a heated office debate last night about Jaden Daniels, which was pretty funny. I'm a believer, unfortunately.
ChatGPT 14-3.
ChatGPT,
dude. Unfortunately, you're a believer in Jaden Daniels. What's wrong?
because
What's wrong with actually understanding football?
Well, because the Eagles have to deal with him for 12 years.
Yeah, I get what he's saying. Unfortunately, he's going to be really good.
Yeah,
It's
unfortunately,
going to be a pain in
he's
the butt.
NFC East,
Yeah.
and he's going to be a hemorrhoid for the Birds for a decade.
Okay.
Yeah. So, selfishly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
The pizza smells good.
The Mike's Hot Honey is a good touch.
Dude,
You ever do that?
Nah, I don't like hot honey.
Really?
Nah, I don't do the sweet. I don't like the sweet.
It's not sweet.
I want double heat, no sweet.
yeah.
I like
If you
the
ever
heat.
open a pizza place, that's
Just
your
looking
slogan.
for Mike's
double
hot.
heat, no
Mike's-
sweet.
Yeah.
That's it.
Looking for Mike's hot.
That's what I prefer. Where I was shocked at all the 1 o'clock games. You, of course,
I love
texted
them.
me. You love the 1 o'clock. Why do you like the Eagles 1 o'clock
Because it
games?
feels like it's home.
What?
Like it feels like that's where football belongs.
No, for bad teams.
No, I hate prime time.
How could you
so
hate?
weird hating prime time.
How could you hate prime time?
Yeah.
I mean, prime time.
the big
Like you get to
time.
look forward to it the whole freaking day.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. I'm washed, man. I like my sleep.
What
Not
time
a
are you going to
football guy.
sleep? The games aren't on at midnight.
Yeah.
Well, if you do
dude,
like a post game show,
dude,
or
what you mean? You like your
take the
sleep?
work out
Like-
of it.
Like what? It's football.
I like
That
day.
transcends
I like
everything.
day drinking. Day drinking's better than night drinking. You get to grill. Like
Yeah, you
get
do that
it's
before the
more
game.
sun-
You do that before the game.
Yeah, it's better. It's better during the day.
You like day drinking over night drinking.
Absolutely.
Depends
No
what day it is.
brainer. Get the grill going, people over, the sun's out.
I do like day drinking.
You like day drinking because no. The reason why you like day drinking is because you always night drink. So the day drink is different.
It is a little different. Yes.
The best is like when the game's like later and like you're drinking through the day and then you guys are getting excited for the game. And the
Right,
game
you build
happens.
up. That's called build up.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Joey. Yes.
Yeah,
that's
there's-
build up.
Those days when I see you walking around with a 12-pack of teas or whatever you got down there. Yeah,
I
that's
like
good.
That was a good day.
Yeah.
I just like day sports more than night sports.
I like weekday sports.
Yeah, like I think Major
Day
League,
weekday rules.
Major League Baseball
weekends.
should do more day games. Now it's tougher during the week because people work and there's school and yada
Right.
yada yada. But like just in general, Saturday and Sunday baseball games should be like 3:00 games.
I agree.
Like,
but I still love, dude.
I
That's why I like the bowl season.
Yeah.
Where you get like a Tuesday afternoon.
See, I love waking up, making breakfast, checking fantasy, putting in my bets, like watching a little bit of pregame, playing with the girls. And
yeah,
then,
but
like,
it's a whole day though. You have
but
like, to me the rest of the league is the appetizer.
I'm impatient.
Yeah, but you know what the Eagles at night where you could watch all the other games and then watch the Birds.
No, I like the Birds, and then you get the fourth, and you get the game of the week, 4:25, and then you get the night game. You can get a little red zone action.
Well, you try to get the Birds out of the way.
Climaxing too soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not Sting. I'm not having tantric.
He's a premature guy.
He's a premature guy. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Likes to get it over with.
Who wants to get it on for like 3 days like Sting? Like, that's terrible. Where's the payoff? I need some payoff here.
You gotta, build up.
No, you got to build up, man.
Yeah, you got to
What are we
build up.
edging? We're football edging? Come on.
For a little bit.
Which edging?
Yeah. I'll tell you later.
I don't know all the terms. I'm out. I'm serious. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you can tell me.
It's a delay of gratification.
Yeah. Well, he would always say, I know nothing of these, of all the term and all. Bro always had every weird, twisted, bizarre, right, Urban Dictionary
use
term.
Webster's, he uses the Urban Dictionary.
Right, he had every, you're going back. You know what a flabber and a bobber is? I'm like, no idea, man.
You're into football edging. We learned a lot today.
Yeah, all right. Peeling Onion said, you can't climax that soon, bro. He's right.
I'm serious.
Then you get to settle in, 4:25 game.
Then you're falling asleep, taking a nap.
But looking forward,
I get sleepy in night games.
You do?
Yeah, kind of.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You weren't up till 12:30 watching the Oilers last night?
I went to bed at 11:30 last night.
You went 11:30. I went out last night, and then I saw Mr. Tony.
Nice.
And Aroma.
Oh.
I just wanted to go see Mr. Tony at his restaurant.
Great.
So I saw Mr. Tony.
Give you a little bite to eat.
Saw Big Dom.
Yeah.
Saw my boy, and we hung out and just
chewed the fat.
And then I went home, and then I watched the Oilers game.
Nice. Exciting day here, with the
exciting mics.
Yeah, exciting.
How great are those kids, by the way?
Yeah, they're cool. They're really cool kids.
Yeah,
and they're
I'm excited, man. They're great dudes, and it's a fun show.
Yeah,
they're gonna do a lot of slice of Philadelphia.
They're better off the bat than I would have guessed.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Listen,
yeah,
you're coming off the field, and all of a sudden you got to go, spin nickels on your forehead. Talk about edging.
Yeah.
It's a big.
I wonder if they're football edgers or do they like the prime time?
They like prime time.
Yeah, I know. I heard Baldy the other day say he liked the prime time.
Yeah, he's a prime time guy.
He's a prime time guy.
I talked to Coop about that yesterday. We were talking about it.
Okay.
He loved the prime time.
Yeah, I want to get home. Yeah.
I know. It's weird, Joe.
Like the day games. It just feels like because back in the day everything was day game. Like you had Monday Night Football. It was like one game a week.
Yeah, I hated it.
I loved it. That's football to me. 1 and 4 o'clock.
All right.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm sleepy.
All right. So you got him 14-3.
Yeah.
All right. Go enjoy your pizza.
Now I can go eat my pizza. Thank you.
Yeah, he was dying. He's eyeing it up like this. I got this. He's like this. He's got the slice in his hand. And you can see it, right? Yeah. Like you can see. He's just like a. All right. We have a back in the day.
We're gonna need a second for the back in the day. Yeah, I just sent it to Bree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll do our back in the day.
You gotta get out of here. We trying to get out?
Well, I mean, I don't want. Right. I don't need to.
Yeah. All right.
I don't want to tax the audience, and we have 11 o'clock. I want the people to watch.
Oh, right. All right. Yeah, we'll get out of here. Yeah.
So you can go right from us to watching the exciting mics. Okay. Tasty Cake Don thinks the Lakers are the best all-time team, the Showtime Lakers. I got Edmonton.
I go Edmonton. Yeah. The Lakers.
Great team, but the Sixers beat them.
Yeah.
Boston beat them. Edmonton was unbeaten.
Yes. Edmonton by far.
Yeah. I mean, they were ridiculous. All right. Bree.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it. This is our back in the day moment. Tell us.
Wendell Clark took a shot at Mark Howell, and our new coach took care of business.
Look at Tocchet.
Yeah, Tocchet.
Go ahead, Bill Matz.
You can't take a run. You can't take a run at Mark Howell.
He just, look at Top. He pounded him. Wow, that's awesome.
Dude, he's relentless.
When Wendell Clark's was a tough dude.
Yeah.
Top, man.
Yeah, you can't touch Mark Howell like that.
Don't bleep with Top. Coming into you, Matz. That's you and me later in the show. Coming after you, Bill. All right, everybody. Have a great day. We love you. Stay tuned. The Exciting Mics is coming up next on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
All right?
Yep.
Yeah, pumped up. Great job, Bree. Great job, Joe.
Bree,
Everybody,
Joey.
have a great day. We'll see you for Football Friday.
We all silly like the mayor.